Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that's just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Fool card. Remember, this is a cosmic reset, right? This is like a reset button. This is where the universe steps in and says, I'm going to send you on a different path now. Now, it is a weekly reading, so this does suggest that maybe on a smaller scale, maybe not on the same scale as an eclipse, or maybe as a result of the last eclipse, who knows. But there's definitely an element of change in the air for you over the course of this week. Whenever this card shows up, I always say to people, new things, new places, new people, new energies. This is what's working through and on your life at this moment in time. For some of you, this is likely to be either a really good idea that you have. For some of you, this could be a moment or a journey that you embark on that really starts to change things for you. Now, on a more sort of spiritual or magical sort of note, this is going to, so this week, don't forget as well, we've got a full moon in the sign of Cancer, which for those of you that are ascendant Leos, this is the true 12th house. But for those of you that are sun or moon to a lesser degree, this is, you know, still the 12th house energy. The 12th house is all to do with what is hidden, what you can't see, it's hidden enemies, you know, it can be our self-sabotaging tendencies, all of that stuff. The fact that you have a full moon, a true spotlight where the light reveals something out into the world in the 12th space, it could be where an enemy is revealed to you. It could be where someone has, you know, maybe someone's talked shit on your name. Maybe someone is, you know, done a certain thing and it's like this week it's revealed to you. But it doesn't always have to be doom and gloom. This could literally be someone or something returning from the past to really reveal to you what their true feelings, thoughts and or motivations are. This could just as easily be that you decide to go in a new direction based on your own, you know, maybe a personal understanding. Maybe a realization comes in through that Fool card. Or an interaction with somebody that makes you go, okay, this is how I actually feel about this. And this, you know, now that you know it, you can really move forward. For those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. And if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. So you're all about the home, right? For some of you, this is literally a change of home, a change of place, a change of dwelling. But for a lot of you, this is probably you being very focused on where it is that you see yourself going from here. For a lot of you, I kind of feel like this may have something to do with the career, with your personal finances, with the material experience that you're trying to create for yourself. I think on a financial level, this is a lot of stability. It's a lot of security. Sorry, Mercury is about to go retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. If you know me long enough, you know I'm an Aquarius sun sign. And I've noticed that whenever Mercury goes retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, I struggle and stutter at getting my words out. It's really uncanny, but very frustrating, so you'll have to bear with me over the next couple of weeks. Now, that being said, remember, this is about your actions and options, what you're choosing to do. This is you, Leo, this week stepping out on a path that you know in your bones is going to secure your financial future. Very, very exciting. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 10 of Wands, right? So you've got two 10s here. Two 10s represents change, big change at that. On top of that, you've got the Fool card here. So I would not be surprised if you're maybe you're, I don't even think it's just your outlook. Like there's going to be something that kind of goes, on the inside this week, and you're just going to be like, right, this is it. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. This is how things are going to be from here on in. Now, you've got the 10 of Wands underneath the Fool card in the communication sector, right? So this week, quite frankly, I feel sorry for anybody that steps on the toes of a Leo, because this is the week where the roar is going to happen, right? This is the week where you're going to set something or someone straight on exactly who they are and how things are. I think there's a lot of honesty coming from you this week, and that's not to say that when I say that, a lot of people are like, well, what? We're always honest. Leos tend to be very diplomatic, right? They'll always find a way to rephrase or reframe something, like, you know, they're the original, they have that original ability of giving you a crap sandwich, right? So they'll give you the good stuff, tell you what needs to be worked on, and then give you more good stuff. This week it's kind of like there's no bread, there's just the stuff, right? So it's not a crap sandwich, it's just the crap. And I kind of feel like this is Leo's really speaking out on something, on maybe something that you're very passionate about, maybe something that you feel like you've been biting your tongue on. This week it kind of feels like the gloves are coming off when it comes to the communications. And you know what? Been a long time coming, right? For those of you that are employed by somebody else, a lot of you have been carrying a lot in the career sector for a while, and this feels like the week where maybe your boss, your supervisor, maybe your colleagues all say, you know what, we can give you a break. This might be the week where you finally get to take your foot off the pedal for a moment, which is great. For those of you that are business owners or people that work for themselves, this might show up for you as an understanding of where you need to put your foot on the pedal, right? So at the moment, if you've been in that space where it's like procrastination station, or destination procrastination, you might find that this week you suddenly have that spark, that moment that makes you go, yes, okay, this is where I start, and here we go from here. I'm very, very excited about this for myself, not because I've been procrastinating, but because I kind of feel like I know where I'm supposed to start now. Now that I've seen this, I'm like, okay, so I know where to go from here. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working, the way that this might show up for you is in a familial situation. Maybe you've seen something or you've experienced something and you've just been waiting and waiting. Any minute now, they're going to sort it out. They're going to get it together, and it's like it just doesn't happen. This week, you could just kind of go in for the jugular and just say, look, you know what? Get it the bleep together. Come on. For your love and relations, you've got the 4 of Wands, right? So for those of you that have been in partnerships for a long time, and there's not really been any movement, maybe there's been there's security, but a little bit of stagnation. This might be an engagement. For those of you that are already engaged or already married, this could be pregnancy news. Very, very possible. Right, 2 tens. 2 tens, should I say, big change. 4 of Wands, celebration. Fool card, new things, new places, new people, new energies, new beginnings. Also babies and birth. This, for me, for those of you that are partnered and in those good spaces, this could be some really wonderful news for your relationship, and I'm here for it, right? What I will say to you is, for those of you that are single, there's an invite coming up for you this week, probably to a party, maybe to some sort of maybe like a dinner invite, maybe a gathering or a get-together. Go. You will have an absolute blast. And on top of that, if you're single, you may end up rubbing shoulders or bumping heads with somebody that, maybe has some potential for the long term. For your money and materials, you've got the 3 of Wands. So there's a lot of great energy here, right? You've got a lot of fire energy, which is good. On top of that, the 3 of Wands for me is a very lucky card, right? So this week, put your lotto ticket in, right? Put a tenner on a horse or whatever it is that you do to gamble, to take a speculative sort of stab at something. Now, because you've got this underneath that 10 of Wands, for those of you that have ideas on a business level, on a work level for your longer term future, on, this kind of maybe even the entrepreneurial path. Excuse me. Sorry about that. For those of you that have something on the entrepreneurial path, this is very nice, right? Because it suggests that a lot of the ideas that you have, especially for those of you that are business owners, people that have, you know, like a side hustle or wanting to start one, this week bodes really well for you knowing where to start. And it's kind of like whatever you do this week, you may not see the immediate results from it, but there's definitely promise here. What I also like about that Three of Wands is that when it comes to the finances this week, they're going to tick over. It does suggest for some of you, like I said, this could, because it's very often this is windfall energy, money that spontaneously shows up for you. So, you know, just don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your head, specifically like your noggin, your brain. So there's obviously a lot going on in the mind this week, and the thoughts could be racing. So get a pad and pen, right? Make sure that you're getting everything down on, excuse me, on paper. Sorry. If you just try to remember it, the chances are you'll forget something, and it's usually one of the vital pieces. And then when it comes to the home and environment, a lot of you, there's lots of thoughts and considerations at the moment about the home, about moving, changing dwelling, you know, just, yeah, there's a lot of change coming in that department, I feel. Now, for those of you, for your full moon message, rather, you have the Gate 17 and opinions, right? This basically is, I'm trying to think of a lighter way of saying this, but there's more than one way to crack a nut, right? And that's what this card very often shows us, is that while we may have different viewpoints or different opinions on something, the results are very likely to be the same. So I would pay attention to this full moon. Pay attention to what comes up, what the opinions are about or around you, and more importantly, pay attention to your reactions to things around this full moon and as of the rest of the week from it, because it's really going to highlight to you where someone or something is working at cross purposes to you, or where someone or something actually resonates with the way that you see the world. And I think that's going to be very important this week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.